Hi everyone, I'm Ben Myers and welcome to Beer with Ben. We're traveling our country in search of the most unique and tasty beers our nation has to offer. We're in Stratford, Connecticut, taking the road less traveled. Welcome to Two Roads Brewing. Located in Stratford, Connecticut, in the historic U.S. Baird building, Two Roads saw a piece of America's manufacturing past and took the opportunity to revitalize this piece of New England history. Two Roads brews unique twists on classic styles, but also incorporates sour and barrel aging at their Area 2 experimental facility. Sounds simple enough. Let's go find some tasty beer. Hey guys, we're here with Ted Pert, Senior Manager of Taproom Ops, and we're here to talk about some beer and a little bit about Two Roads. So first off, this place, right, the heads, right?
That's here we are, yeah.
So, obviously, before we start here, let's cheers it up, Ted. Thank you.
I can deal with that.
Yeah, someone's got to do it.
Cilantro, right?
Oh, cilantro. So tell us, what are you drinking here?
This is the Irish Exit. So it's a dry Irish stout.
It's delicious too.
Yes. Thank you. It's nice light. It has a nice little roasty note to it.
Yeah.
With the nitro there, gives it that nice light body. But that nice roastiness gives it a little
beautiful, I love that, the creamy head they have, when you get it with the nitro.
That lacing, beautiful.
So tell us a little bit about the background.
About the background, okay.
Like when they started,
sure.
And maybe we can talk about the name a little bit.
All right, so, Two Roads was started by 4 partners who had been talking about opening up a brewery for a long time.
Yeah.
And finally had their dream fulfilled. They bought the building in March of 2012. There's such a commitment to quality, and that is so important. We do have a lab on site doing quality control, quality assurance. Obviously, the brewers, Phil, I think, is a huge part in what we do. So we are taking some traditional styles and doing, a little twist on it. Two Roads twist, as I sometimes call it.
That's right.
Like it. The idea of the road less traveled, taking that is something that, we say it on our website. It is very much true that it's not just the name of our company, a logo, it is really what we're doing here. So taking the road less traveled.
Hey, on Beer with Ben, we're getting a lesson in literature.
That's right.
Beautiful.
And philosophy.
And philosophy,
there you go.
Most importantly.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're sophisticated.
So, what makes, so we're in, kind of the New England region, Connecticut in particular. What makes you guys stand out as a brewery and your selection of beers and stuff like that?
Sure. In Connecticut, you had a lot of the blue laws.
More like the boo laws.
Boo laws. There you go. I like it. You know what? I'll dig it.
Yeah.
And so there are a couple laws that had changed prior to us opening. You actually had to do a tour, get a token, and then you can redeem that token and then be able to try a beer. So you couldn't even buy a pint. You couldn't.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
You couldn't take any beer home.
Treat it like a bar. Come on, man.
Come on, we're friends, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, Ted, we totally appreciate you, being on Beer with Ben and hosting us today. Sure. We still got to talk to some more people, try some more beer. So far, we are off to a great start. I want to go walk around and see what else we got to see. So, but Ted, thanks for joining us, honestly.
Absolutely.
The CEO of the Tap Room himself, Ted Pert. Cheers, man.
Hey, cheers.
Hey guys, Beer with Ben. We're inside Two Roads Brewery with the man himself, Phil Markowski, the guy who wrote the book on farmhouse ales. First off, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ben. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're real excited to talk to you about, obviously, your farmhouse ales and the other selections of great beers you have, and also talk about your background, too. So first off, tell us a little bit how you got into the business, or even brewing itself.
I actually started brewing in the mid-1980s as a home brewer. Worked as an engineer for a few years, and one of my coworkers there, who was an Englishman, just casually mentioned one day that he made his own beer at home, and I was completely flabbergasted that somebody could do that. I was extremely lucky to have the opportunity to get into professional brewing, and this is now my 30th year
30 years,
in the
that's
business.
Amazing. Congratulations.
So, one thing we like to do here at Two Roads, and particularly at our specialty brewery next door, Area 2, we like to kind of blur the definition of beer sometimes. So And then I discovered Belgian beer, which, you know, if you could say the Germans are the technicians of brewing, the Belgians are the artists.
Absolutely.
I take every beer that we make here very seriously, and I taste it for quality control reasons, and you know, always revisit it, make sure it's good.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of quality control, I think we're going to do a version of ours.
All right, let's get it.
And we're going to start with your farmhouse ale.
Okay,
This is the Workers' Comp.
Right, this is Workers' Comp, which is one of several farmhouse ales that we do, but this is one that we do year round. So this is always available.
Okay.
So, cheers.
Oh, I mean, very nice and clean, light. A little bit of that, you know, you get that Belgian yeast in there, but it's just just enough to kind of give it a little complexity in the flavor. But wow, that's a beer I'd like to have all the time. Well, let's go on to the next one here. This is your collaboration with Evil Twin, the Geyser Goza.
Right, this is Geyser Goza. This was a beer that we first brewed in Iceland in 2015. It's a lightly soured beer that's also flavored with salt and coriander. We also brewed this with Icelandic sea salt, particularly sea salt that's smoked over a birch fire.
Oh, wow.
Birch is one of the few woods that there are trees that can grow in Iceland. It's the only deciduous tree that grows in Iceland.
Okay. So this is kind of an ode to the Vikings, if you will.
You could call it that. So,
yeah.
cheers.
Let's cheers this one. The Geyser Goza. Oh yeah. When you get that first sour beer of the day, you get that little pucker right here.
Yep.
That's a beautiful thing.
It's not too much though. It's still balanced.
Bit, That's very good. Well, let's go on to, this is your seasonal.
Yeah, this is Rosemary's Baby, which is one of our most popular seasonals.
Okay. Good though, it keeps everybody wanting more.
Exactly. So it's a pumpkin ale that we age in rum barrels.
Okay.
So we actually brew this in May.
Okay.
The first portion of it, and age it in barrels for several months.
Oh, that's awesome.
And these are freshly emptied rum barrels we get from a distillery in Jamaica.
Let's dive in here.
Here we go.
Rosemary's Baby. Here.
Rosemary's Baby.
Salute. Oh yeah, like I'm talking, this brings like Halloween party, Thanksgiving dinner.
Yep.
Like it brings back some nostalgia here. That's delicious. The spices come through. It's not overpowering, well balanced. Delicious beer. Okay.
Entirely possible.
Well, let's go to the last one here. This is the
Espressway. This is a
espresso is in here.
So it's a cold brewed coffee stout.
Okay.
So we start with a base that's an oatmeal stout, which is a classic British style.
Sure.
We add freshly ground coffee. So we have a local roaster. We'll prepare the beans roughly 24 hours before we need them.
Okay. Wow. So we're talking like freshly roasted as
Right. And
fresh as fresh can be. Without further ado, clink.
Mild, yes.
That is, I mean, I'm a coffee drinker. That is delicious. You get almost like a nice malty base on a beer, and then you bring that coffee flavor in. Well, guys, that wraps up our talk here with Phil Markowski, the man, the farmhouse legend. You guys have a beautiful place, and so far the beers have been absolutely delicious and well-rounded and tasty is the most important thing. So, Phil, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Walking around and checking out the rest of the place here.
Okay.
Here on Beer with Ben.
Show you around.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey guys, Beer with Ben. We're at Area 2 here at Two Roads. It's their sour and barrel aging facility, and I can tell you right now, I'm blown away about how awesome it is. We're here with Kimberly. How are you, Kimberly? Welcome to Beer with Ben.
How you doing, Ben?
Good. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Tell me a little bit. What are you drinking on here?
I'm drinking Lil Juicy. It's one of my favorites, and I love Two Roads beers. So
Awesome.
I just happen to be here today to drink Lil Juicy.
I'm glad you were here today. I got a little Norwegian farmhouse.
Fantastic.
So let's try our beers.
All right. Fresh.
Oh my God, fresh, delicious. Yes. All right, guys, so we're gonna play a new game. So you've seen Guess That ABV. We're doing the road more traveled. We have 4 options here for questions here with Kimberly. You're gonna read the question, choose your answer, you'll write it down, and then I'm gonna ask you 2 questions because we're at Two Roads. Yes or no questions. I'm gonna try to guess what your answer is, and then we'll switch it up. So, what do you say? You want to try that out?
I'm in.
Let's do it. Which song would you most likely rock out to while getting ready for a big night out? Party in the USA?
Woo.
Taylor Swift, We're Never Getting Back Together? Or 3, Marky Mark, Good Vibrations? Okay, let me know when you've made your decision.
I've made it.
Okay. So the song you chose, the artist, did they ever sing country music?
No.
Did the person you choose ever cross over from like pop to country or anything like that? Poppy? Like cross genres?
I don't think
No.
so.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with 1, Miley Cyrus.
No, it's Marky Mark.
All right, let's see what it was. C.
Good Vibrations.
All right. All right, Kimberly, she wins that round. Let me pick the next one that you get to read. I'm gonna go with Brett Saison.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Which Kardashian would you pick to be stranded with you on a deserted island?
Oh, I like this one.
1, Kim. 2, Kylie. Or 3, Khloe. Does your favorite Kardashian rhyme with Zoe?
Yes.
I guess that Ben has chosen number 3, Khloe. And spelled it right.
I know. Well, I told you I'm a huge fan. So
Good job,
you guys
Ben.
DM us if you want business opportunities, Kardashians, keeping up with the Kardashians and Beer with Ben. Thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully you had a good time. I know we're going to sit here and enjoy ourselves some good sour beers, some barrel-aged beers here at Area 2, Two Roads in Stratford, Connecticut. That wraps up our visit to Two Roads Brewing here in Stratford, Connecticut. Follow us as we continue our journey throughout our country in search of the most unique and tasty beers here on Beer with Ben.